Hello. Hello and good morning, everyone. We are back. It's a Monday. Crazy. We've not been here on a Monday in a long, long time. But we're here. It's Monday. Hello. I also have done a couple of things on BDO since I've seen you guys. Namely, I made Fish Throat, my fisherman. I had to come up with an appropriate name, and since the other character is called God of Throat, I figured this would be appropriate. We've already achieved professional 8 fishing. Pretty good. Pretty good. I have been working behind the scenes a little bit as well toward some life skill mastery gear. I went ahead and bought a necklace. I know that like what are those, like Genoa accessories or whatever they are, the quest ones are pretty free and people usually choose the necklace. The reason I bought the Logia necklace is because it's the cheapest of all the accessories, presumably because of that free accessory. And I just wanted some extra mastery. And I'll probably just get full Tet Logia and we'll do the quests for those accessories, and then I'll start working on the chair and light skill clothes and stuff like that. But it'll be a pretty slow approach to fishing, despite how much of it I do actually, which is quite a lot. We gotta catch this fish before we go. But good morning, everyone. Aaron, hello. Good morning. Agility horse. We are sneaking in some agility. Go finish catching horses. I do wonder how many horses I've actually caught. It'd be so cool if they kept a metric or something on that. 7 stream streak. Crazy. What is this game? This is New School RuneScape. Like Garfield would say, I hate Mondays. I also hate Mondays. Mondays are kind of like my Wednesday, though, because it's like the middle of my work week. So they're not as bad as Saturdays for me. Catch the fish. Catch the fish. Please. I don't want to do the game. I don't want to do the game. How long does this freaking take, man? There it is. Okay. 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 Get off of that. And let's roll. I do still have just the white fishing rod. But I've had an order on a Balanos fishing rod since we started, basically. It's just that there's like 300 orders on them. Can tell you last time I opened BDO. That's fair. I quit like very shortly after we got the Debo. And just walked away, basically. Start to do repeatable quests for Manos Clothes and Chair. It's easy to do. I'm not interested in making them. I plan to just put orders on them and walk away. I really hate enhancing in this game, and so I will do as little as I can. That will be my goal. As little enhancing as possible. Griffin keeps dropping rune items. Maybe I'll have to leave some behind. What? You can't leave money behind. There's a fairy ring right there. You could just leave and then come back. Okay, so the plan for today is to finish up seasonal, like the season pass, which I am extremely close to done. And then after that, I want to get the Nader's Band so that I can enhance my Tuvala gear to pen, because enhancing is tragic. Check your inventory. You have 5 rune claws, 6 rune sims. Lots of feathers as well. Holy. You know, if you had just changed one of those super combats into some nature runes, you'd have been okay. 5 more claws on the floor, brother. Getting some kind of challenge, just playing the game like fresh start. We're just playing the game, man. For the last 2.5 years, I've done challenges, and they have made me not enjoy the game. I was so incredibly burnt out after finishing the Ultimate Iron Man that I was convinced I was never going to play BDO again. I was fully convinced of that, and I uninstalled it and didn't think about it for months. But if we're gonna play the game, it's gonna be the normal way. I'm just not interested in the challenges. I want to play kind of normal and do some stuff that I've never done in the game before, despite having played for 10 years. Which will be, I want to put a heavy emphasis on life skilling. I would love to get Guru and all life skills. I think that'd be really interesting and different. Hunting and sailing are something that interests me kind of a lot because I barely have done any of either. With that said, I'm not going to make a boat. I'm just going to buy one. I'm going to buy as much stuff as I possibly can because I hate enhancing in this game. And so if it can be purchased, it will be purchased. And if it cannot be purchased, I will procrastinate on enhancing it until, I don't know, maybe I'll never get it. To be honest, I just hate enhancing. So just buy a max gear score account. Those are like over $1,000. I don't have that kind of money. Okay, let's get on to the Guardian. Played so much Souls and Elden Ring. Too bad I haven't really been able to catch your FromSoft streams. Yeah, they're I've been trying to get them uploaded to the VOD channel, but uploading takes a freaking long time, man. Because before I was trying to like edit them a little bit so that the intro and outro would get cut out and any breaks that we took would get cut out. But doing that takes about, I don't know, 8 freaking hours for my PC to like render. And then I have to upload it. And that also takes hours. So lately, with the last two anyway, I've just downloaded them from Twitch and uploaded them to the VOD channel. And even that takes a while. Five more claws on the floor. Can't use high elk, have thralls. Oh yeah. I've never used a different spell book, so I don't know how that stuff works. All right, let's go back to town. I only did I think like 2 or 3 hours of polys. It wasn't too bad. There's like 1000% XP on the seasonal servers. It's really nice. Should look up the value of a max Iron Man account on RSRS. It's probably stupid high. I think like maxing a RuneScape account can be tedious because people don't like certain activities. For life XP, new life crystals are the way to go. It's free 98% life XP, 210 mastery. Whoa, do you know what they're called? I'm interested, Neon. I think the music is a tad too loud. The song seems louder than you. Okay. It does look a little bit loud as well, and I turned it way down also. Any plans for any sort of Dark Souls 2 playthrough? I love Dark Souls 2 so much. So the only reason we haven't started on a Dark Souls 2 playthrough is because they like stopped developing the co-op mod for it so that they could start from scratch. Now it's gone? I only turned it down by 10. Okay, meet in the middle. How about that? Crystal of Breathing Verdure. Oh, those are expensive. 200 trades total. Life, Vital, and Essence of Verdure. No group, no limit. So you just max a slot with those, huh? That's really interesting. I'll bookmark this. Pretty expensive, though. Ooh, Central Market. I gotta get my energy up as well. One of the things for like gathering and hunting is energy. Also, I need to figure out what a good like seasonal money spot is. Because like I don't know what's meta anymore. And the HPMP potions are so freaking cheap that it's just senseless to grind for them. I heard Ash Forest is good money for you. Solo rando could also be fun though. I've never played Dark Souls 2, so if I were to do it on my own, it would definitely be like the normal way first. And then go from there. Okay, let's finish this season pass really quick. I did just grind to 60, so we should be able to just claim these two. Oh, I don't even need to talk to Fugar? He just wants me out of here. Gotcha. Okay. What is this box? 10 loot scrolls, Handsome Help Kit, Spirit Stone, 500 crowns. I'll take those. And a full set of Tuvala weapon exchange coupons. Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so the plan now is not to graduate, despite like I could get to 61 and then have a pen black star and stuff and be a lot better off, but I don't want to graduate because I don't have a way to get loot scrolls. So I think what we're actually going to do is just permanently leave this guardian on seasonal. So I'll get the rest of its gear to pen, and then we'll just go park it somewhere to like regenerate loot scrolls. And then when the new class comes out, we'll try that. And if I don't like that, then I will probably just roll either like a ninja or like a Megu or something for our actual main character and go from there. Ooh, what is this? Season character reach level 60. Okay. Just 2 pen boss armors for free. That'll actually be really nice as well for when we actually start a character. That's crazy. Okay. Very good. Solo blind playthrough would be really fun. I think Mr. Cookie and I want to do all of the Dark Souls. So I don't know that I'll like run through it on my own. If that makes sense, because I'm pretty sure he hasn't done Dark Souls 2 either. And we've already done almost all the other ones as a co-op adventure, so. Jabba Rock have video on top seasonal spots, but without cheating. Like which Gyfe under? Can you just tell me what the best one is? I don't really want to like go watch a video ranking them. I just want to know what the best one is for money. And hopefully he just considers money. My guess would be like History of Ackman. Unless you're like good, and then you could do like Sakraya or Star's End or something. Probably Sakraya. I don't know. Or I could just look at Garmoth, to be honest with you, and see what people are pulling. Like Dark Souls 2 aesthetic the most out of Dark Souls, but actual bosses are pretty stinky. Rip, man. Okay, what is the Nader's Band quest? And how doth? Easy enhancing with Nader's Band. Do I even need to do anything for the Nader's Band? Does he just give it to me? It wouldn't be one of those. I already forgot what it was called. Nader's Band. Are you just going to hand that to me? Also, family inventory is something I'm interested in that I saw on this list. Family inventory. Wait, he just gives you the stuff now? There's not even a quest? Huge W coming out of PA. Look at that. Easy Nader's Parchment and Family Inventory Unlocked. These are two things that I was going to focus today because my workers have no food and I need somewhere to put my pet food as well so that it goes across characters. So do I even have any pet food? Kinda, I guess. Okay, so the next step will be getting our armors and accessories to pen, since all my weapons are already there. And I gotta get used to like recording things again. How's Infinite Potion sitting at an A? Because those are min price typical season grind. It's kind of worthless. That's exactly the problem, Neon, is I looked at those and they're both at 5 bill, basically. So it makes 0 sense to grind for them. So I was just gonna go grind money and buy them because they're like min listed. Which is kind of surprising. Hello, Maddie. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. We're just going to finish enhancing our gear to pen, hopefully. And then find somewhere to settle in to make some money. Start working towards some potions and some life skill gear for my fishermen. Things like that. Probably try to at least unlock the Pen Black Star, that kind of stuff. What's the new challenge? Have you decided yet? There's not going to be a challenge. Doing things like that are hyper restrictive is just like, it's just giga burnout territory. You know what I mean? I'm just going to play the game. I would like to have a pretty progressed account. I want to check out the new region. I want to check out Blue Battlefield. These are things I'm interested in. I want to do some high-end stuff that I've never done before. Just 2.5 years ago, we started the Iron Man. So it has been nearly 3 years since I've had a relevant account. Whichever video is just about time-filled grinding potion spots, so maybe you're relevant now. Okay, okay. Here's what we'll do then. We'll do a little content creator cheat code. Let me get this switched over as well. Wait, please hold. Maybe I should hide this for now. We'll go Garmoth. I wonder if I'm even logged in on Garmoth. Nope. I'm sure not logged in on Garmoth. Okay, how do we... Okay, got it. Here's our cheat code. I accidentally turned my camera on as well. Don't know what that is. So basically, this is just ranked by amount of money per hour. And so we'll just scroll down on this until I find something I can actually do realistically. Probably none of these things. Not Nagas, not Sonal. Stars and Pillars. That would be tough with seasonal gear, but like doable probably. It also shows 800 AP. What the heck? Kortuga. Kortuga is pretty good. That's with like a ton of gear though. Gahas. What? What? Am I reading this wrong? Is it 700 mil an hour to do Gahas? What? 21k. That must be with like Agris and Yellow and stuff. You have Agris? I basically don't have the good Agris. I have the Agris that you start the game with. Yeah, this is more realistic. 350 mil, 300 mil, 200 mil. These are like 4K an hour. This is without like juiced frickin'. Yeah, this guy got 13K. What are those? What are those red things? Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, so he used, yeah, level 2 loot scroll, Agris, the whole spiel. So I think that's probably a little bit misleading. But I think Tortuga might be a little bit more consistent. I do think that Tortuga will be a little bit difficult to, yeah, probably like realistically like 400 mil an hour at my gear. What's this guy's gear? Yeah, 244, 246. Yeah, about my gear. A little bit more realistic, assuming he's updated his gear. 11K trash. Level 1 loot scroll. This was half an hour, so about 400 mil. I think we'll try to do Tortuga. I'll give my stuff to Pen, and then we'll try to go Tortuga. I quite like Tortuga as well, so I think that'll be the play. We're so far away still. Oh wait, how do I even get into Tortuga? Don't I need a claw? Cool. I don't imagine we'll have much trouble with the armor and accessories. Maybe though. Give task complete. Now I wonder if I should do Neve or Duradel. What are you looking to do? Slayer? I think I probably could have picked up on that. Test on season Underwatch to Cryo and paddocks are fine, but not much silver there. The issue is that I don't have a fairy or potions, right? So we're gonna be having a hard time no matter where we go. Maybe that should be a priority, to be honest, is getting a fairy. He's the one that gives a Cox task. Imagine. Slayer Helmet Cox. Crazy. I did see in Mammal's recent video they did a mass and a hardcore got a T-bow. That's kind of cool. Neve has Custodian Stalkers. They're nice for lateral darts eventually, but Duradel has a high chance of getting boss tasks. Well, I think you just answered your own question. If you want to do some bosses, you know where to go. If not, do the other one. Wouldn't be me? Yeah. He was like a 116 combat, I think. Kind of cool to see. I have so much crap in my inventory. Let's just eat everything I can, I think. What were we doing? Enhancing? Something or other? I guess we'll get the armors first, because those should be the easiest. Definitely hoping this goes well. Enhancement. Yeah, we're good in there. Alright, let's start. Figure out how this Nader's band works with the thing. I guess just click the button. Okay, we need a tet stack then. I think we'll just do 30. Doesn't matter. We're going to fail a ton anyway. 28% for tet. Nailed it in one. Now we need a pen stack. What do you think, like 80? 40%? Does that mean it adds 40%? So then be 45%? Surely not, right? That can't be what that means. I guess we'll test it for science. It does mean that. Okay, that's kind of nice. 45% chance for pen. Easy pen. Not even hard. Hello? That was not a pen. Okay. We'll unskip. This, I guess, is the third attempt for pen. I don't think I've tried for pen on this, though. Maybe I have? Oh, we got it. Nice. That was pretty easy. Hopefully the helmet goes well. 30 stack is just fine. Hello? Okay, hit pity on that. That means we one-tap the pen, right? Is that how math works? Easy one-tap. Hello? Hello? We go again. Now easy one-tap. First try. Out of 1 in 23 chance of getting an item on my raids. Is that good? That is what it means. That's pretty cool that they show it ahead of time. So instead of like putting it in there and guessing, you just get to know right off the bat. That's actually really cool. Okay. Ooh, we're running out of stacks here. That's alright though. Easy pen. One tap in. Hello? We're supposed to have that new player luck, PA. What happened? Huh? Am I using too high of stacks, you think? Having a 50-50 seems like it might be too high. And I'm still failing the 50-50s. Brother. Now we get the pen. 53% it goes. Third time? No way. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes, but oh well. That's kind of how I feel about it. It's not like I'm going to enhance that often anyway. Oh, we one-tapped the tet. Okay. I guess we'll just do a 90. Who cares? 50-50. Let's get it. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, now we need accessories. So me ring. pretty good, but not good enough since I'm one item in 165 raids. 167? Sometimes it'd be like that, man. Somebody's got to get unlucky, you know? Okay, how does this look? Add 21, so it'd be 56% on a 30 stack. Do these blow up if you fail them? Surely not. Surely they don't do that anymore. Yes? They still explode your accessories for failure? Hello? It's guaranteed try though, right? So like... Let's do it. Let's do it. Easy tat. Throw a 60 on there. Do we cron the 120 crons? I'm not cronning that. Give me the pin. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Alright, now we need an earring. I guess let's do like 5. Actually, I think all accessories explode besides Karazad still. Why? That's so bad. That's so awful, man. Let's do a 20 stack, why not? Ooh. Oh. Of course we fail the pen. Brick. What the drops you need to bring me with you? Took all my Huey drops. He's just gotta be the leech for a round. Because the leech always gets the drops. 20 stack for that is fine. Okay, now we get the pen. PA. PA. This is not going well. One stack for the tat. And we didn't even get the tat. Hello? We need 6, I think. That's freaking earring, man. Get either the normal trident or the Dragon Hunter wand and then go for a spin. Cheeky Dragon Hunter wand. Alright, easy tat. Ha! Hello? Easy tat. Thank you. Now give me the pen, please. I'll even let it ride for you. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. I believe that is only 2 more that we need. Oh, what the heck? Yes, we need belt and necklace. And then we're done. Quick enhancing. As we'll do necklace first. That one's kind of important. 87 Slayer or more Huey with the boys. Soon, TM. I was thinking with less, but I think learning the content itself is hard enough. Not worth handicapping yourself more. Totally a valid point. For sure. I'm all over that. That's a bad omen, right? Failing the first stat. We could do Cox with the three of us. I got a ways to go, man. I lack skill. And we failed the second tet. Okay. We got the third one. And we... Wait. Oh. I just wasn't using my Tides Blackstone. I may as well just get the free neck. Easy necklace, I guess. Cool. Now belt. Last one. If bad luck in BDO, you'll get lucky with moons. I don't know that that's how that works. I think bad luck in BDO is just a billboard warning that will actually get unlucky in moons. I do only have 5 KC though. Okay, easy tet. Thank you. Let's get the pen on a 50 because I don't have anything else. Thank you. Frick. I found out if you have an unlimited supply of 30-40 fail stacks, you can farm a ton of time-filled blackstones. Can you exchange 30-40 stacks for time-filleds, or like what do you mean? Because you can exchange blackstones for the stacks, right? Like regular blackstones. All right, now's the pen, brother. Quit blowing up my pens. Think installing BDO is the bad omen? Could be. Could be. It has been a while since I installed it. Alright, easy tet here. Easy tet here. Lack the skill myself. I think that you're a number of steps ahead of me, Mario. Cox was the first bossing I did outside like 20 barrels, Casey. That's actually pretty interesting. Meltdown accessory for the stones back. Let's see. A tet is worth 120 stones. Yeah, that's really interesting because it takes each one of these is 10 stones, right? So you'd have to average a tet in less than 12 accessories, and that's super easy. That's pretty easy. That's really interesting. Not something I'm interested in doing because I hate this with a burning passion, and I would just like, I would rather grind without a loot scroll than do this to get loot scrolls. But, you know, that's just me. Easy tet. Ooh, we got the tet. Okay, okay, we'll let the pen ride. 57%, third attempt. Hey, we're done. Freedom. No more enhancing to Vala. We are full pen. Let me just walk the wheel real quick and double check. Okay, full pen. Woo. 241, 243, 308. Not bad. Normal void, armadillo crossbow, normal whip, normal trident. Got kicked like the first 10 or so raids. Yeah. I feel like even if you had good gear, you'd get smashed in for a few of the raids at least. Okay, let's cover this stuff. If you equate the fail stacks to silver, that's probably a terrible ratio. It sort of depends on how progressed you are, right? Because if you're grinding for 4 bill an hour, and the difference between running a loot scroll and not running a loot scroll is huge, then it absolutely could make sense to do it that way and just buy blackstones and then convert. But if you're like grinding somewhere on seasonal already anyway, then yeah, it's a bad ratio. You may as well just grind, because you can profit loot scrolls using loot scrolls if you grind on seasonal. I've done the math myself. Yeah, like it's definitely going to be a sink, right? Because the blackstones are, I don't even know how many it is for a stack, but if it's like, what, 10 for a 20 stack, that's 2.6 mil. If you use them for loot scrolls, it's absolutely worth. Yeah, I think that's the only like worthwhile thing to use the time fields for is loot scrolls. You know, like there's some other stuff on here. Let me look. Yeah, it makes no sense to use them for stacks because you can just use blackstones for those. There's an argument for the Valk's Cry, I guess. If you're like somebody that's enhancing with really high stacks, like 200 plus, and you need some Valk's Cries, totally fair. But loot scrolls are like the sweet spot for these. Graduate? I'm not going to graduate. I think I'm just going to leave this character on season forever. And it will be my loot scroll character. We'll generate some loot scrolls with it. So what we need to do now is start making some money. And some loot scrolls, of course. I think I have some, though. I kind of need all that stuff. When it comes to Cox, every room outside of Ulm is super easy, and then Ulm actually does mechanics you need to pay attention to / remember, and now you're in the deep end. I've seen a little bit of Ulm. Like, I've seen enough of it to understand that I don't understand anything. That's kind of where we're at with it. F3? Do you want to check out the Pearl Shop? Is that what it? Here's the Pearl Shop. 50% off some random stuff. Calpheon Ball stuff. There you go. Game completed. Yeah. Buy costumes, sell costumes, use money from sold costumes to buy gear. That's the end game of BDO. BDO should add a first-person realism mode. You walk in normal speed and only have normal punch. Here you go, bud. You just can't see your hands. They gotta code that in. Also, I feel short as a guardian. I think the camera's in her stomach, though, to be fair. Just a little perspective shift. I gotta get rid of some stuff. We have got to yeet some stuff. You know what, actually, I think I'll just get some storage slots here. I know what the best grinding spot for AP bracket. Probably like Sulfur or something is where we'll end up going. I'd like to get the map eventually anyway, so why not start working on it on seasonal since I'm not going to do the potions. Alright, let's open the rest of this stuff. I gotta just clear out. Level 60 travel kit. Free box. That's not going to give me anything relevant. Thank you. Now play the entire game like that. That'd be crazy. Might be fun, though. But I think it would make you and everyone who watches absolutely sick. Don't need that, don't need that, or these, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that. Or that, or that. Or that. Or those. I'll throw those in there as well for good measure. Put this down here. Throw those in there. Throw that in the garbage. We'll buy some pet food. Probably like 500. Okay, let me also get some chicken. What's that stuff called? It's not called chicken. Grilled, maybe? Grilled bird meat, that's what it's called. And we'll just do like 100. I accidentally moved my frickin'... What? Click the wrong thing and suddenly RuneScape is tiny. Okay. Okay, we're starting to get the hang of it. Auto recovery? Sick. We'll need a good name for the other characters then. Yeah, so the new character that's coming out next week, on Wednesday or something, is called Savior. And she looks like, what's that character's name from the Fate series? I'm trying to find it, but it's not being... Saber. She looks a little bit like Saber. That's the one. But I haven't actually like looked at it. I've just seen a character image, so. She also coded in that you can't walk or run through other players. When you walk into each other, the person with the lower strength falls over and gets stunned for 30 seconds. How would you ever fish in Black Desert Online? Because that's where all the players are. She had a minigame for deciding who gets to loot where, but it's time gated to only once per week with buyable coupons to reset. Classic. I haven't talked to this guy. Hello, sir. Saber on Des Nuts? That might be too long. Hope the rumor that her second awakening is some kind of holy/corruption thing, because I'd be so sick. Are they even doing awakening in succession classes anymore? I thought everything was ascension. I just assumed that all future classes would be Ascension classes. Pay to win strength so you can fish and others can't. Huge. Only $999.99 for a +1 strength bonus. Last Awakening suck was Dosa. Yeah, I guess I forgot about Dosa. And the one before that was Scholar, and that's a Ascension class. Probably Ascension, but I'm talking about her weapons. Oh, I see. I guess I saw that she has a big sword, and I didn't even consider that she would have a different weapon than big sword. Main head is Holy Awakening is corrupted. Maybe it could be. That'd be interesting. Lore-wise, she has to be Awakening a suck, because in the story she had a black spirit in her body. But do they care about lore at this point? That was the #1 argument of Sage's. When Sage first came out and they were trying to nerf it. They said the lore says that he's the strongest character, so you can't nerf him. I don't think lore matters. You know what I mean? I think they're more focused on making a character that will bring people back to the game and get them to spend money. We don't know how that's going to work. Well, we don't have long to wait. What's today, Monday? And it's coming out on Wednesday, so... You know, we'll know before too long, okay? If Big Sword does Big Swing, might just come back and check her out for a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any details. I don't know if there's a class trailer or anything. I just saw an image on the launcher and saw her name. Might be the same weapon, but just she holds it different or something. Yeah. So main hand, she holds it like a normal sword, and then Awakening, she just holds it backwards. Like the Colossal Blade in RuneScape. That'd be funny. After I reach a treadmill, I realize if Savior's bad, I'll quit. The whole game is a treadmill, man. Are you talking bad as in, like, doesn't perform as well as other classes? Or do you mean bad as in, like, you don't enjoy how she plays? Because the first one is going to consistently change every couple of months from now till the end of time. Very short trailer, main hand and off hand are revealed. Is it just a sword and shield? Maybe he means bad as in bad. I didn't even consider that as an option. The Ascension thingy, it's like they force us to tap all equips. You're also forced to tap all equips on Awakening or Succession classes. Because the Sovereign benefits the other way. So you're already forced to do so. It's just a little bit more impactful on an Ascension class. Did he mean she bad sad face or she bad smiley face? Apparently neither. It's just the structure of the class. Which is kind of interesting. I think, like, at the end of the day, the goal is the same, whether it's an Ascension class, Awakening class, or Succession class. The goal is to cap your gear, right? Like, that's what you are inevitably working toward. So, in your mind, an Ascension class puts that goalpost a little bit further away, but it doesn't actually. The goalpost is exactly the same. I ran out of carrots. Put all my carrots away. Now I have carrots. Bad as a baddie. Pity 3 decks. It happens, man. Sometimes it be like that, but it always evens out in the end. Don't even want to touch decks at this point. It's such an incremental upgrade. And that's how it's designed to be, right? So, like, totally valid if you don't want to bother with it. You do get to choose your end goal. So if that's just Nav on everything, then so be it. Close enough. It's my first farm in like 4 months. 4 more months till the next one. I did a tree run when I came back to the game because I asked Mario for seeds, and I haven't touched them yet. So I planted them whenever I came back, like 2 weeks ago or whatever. I haven't touched them. Perfectly fine with a mix of Sep and Navs. Yeah, man. If that's your goalpost, then that's your goalpost, you know? And maybe one day that'll change, and that's totally fine. This is so far away. Without the Magnus, it's so bad. It's so far. Oh, did I even get my loot scrolls? Did I forget my loot scroll? Okay, I brought them. I brought them. We're safe. Next to the fail stack, I need the Gamba. Are you getting, like, is the drop a fail stack? Is that what the drops are? Oh, you know what I haven't done is claimed some coupons. Let me go to Garmoth and see if there's any coupons. 100 stack? What the heck? Oh, there's a few coupons. Holy. We have some coupons to claim, boys. Let me see if I can pull the thing up. Can I just like copy paste as well? Let's see. Loyalties renewed. Let me just try to control V. You've successfully redeemed the coupon, okay. The journey begins from 5 months ago. I'll yoink that as well. Okay, that one's a big one. That one has 10,000 crons and 3 J's hammers, a 300 stack, a 250 stack. That one's stacked. All right, what else we got? Surprise ball gift. That's another 10,000 crons. Okay, easy 10,000 crons. Here's a code that has unknown items. You cannot use this coupon code, okay? Can't use that one either. Maybe I'll just skip to the ones that actually... Try this one. Probably can't use this one either, huh? No longer valid. Okay, let's look at what we got here. 10k crons, 300 stack, 10 special scrolls, weapon coupon exchange box with the sub weapon, a 250 stack, a Jay's hammer, a Jay's hammer, a Jay's hammer, another 10k crons, choose your hammer box, 10k loyalties, yoink. Divine Blessing of Life, Valor, a 300 stack box, 5 Alien Blessings, and an Old Moon pack for 7 days. Huge. That's a lot of stuff. Very cool. The journey begins 5 months later. Hey, man. If it works, I take. You know what I'm saying? Free stuff is free stuff. Next ball, 40k crons. Imagine. Skip the early game / mid game now with the codes. If only. The words are question, they normally don't work. I think they weren't a question on the main page, but then they became a question, which is kind of interesting. Are we lost? Let's see if I can remember how to get to this place. Go over here, go up this hill. Nope, I'm already lost. Oh, the hill is a little bit farther. That's right. Past the lions. Right here. I'd love to have 40k crons. I think I only have like 22k or something. Words with question marker for other regions. That makes a lot of sense. Node management. We also need to switch to a season server before I forget. Season 2 novice. Can you sell the crons? No. And they are far too valuable to sell. The game runs on cronstones. This is the currency of life right here. This is the prayer potion of BDO. Imagine if you can. You used to be able to. When they first came out, you actually used to be able to sell them. They were 100k each, I believe. Alrighty, I need to run to the restroom and grab another drink. And then we'll get going at some sulfur, maybe get lucky on a map piece or something. So give me just a couple minutes here, guys. I will be right back. Okay, we are back. We are back and ready. Hash still has damage? You mean Hashashishin? I don't know what's good anymore. And to be fair, I never actually cared in the first place. I just played what I wanted. You used to be able to sell crons to shops. I think they were 100k or something like that. You have, like, word for word nailed what I said when you weren't here. Nailed it. So, and I think we just add those. I will turn on Agris, despite it being like the unleveled up Agris. That's actually kind of bad. And then I think we already have 1000% XP buff, so I'll just do a food buff. And maybe I'll throw this thing on. And we'll turn on a level 1 loot scroll, because I don't care. No, we should do level 2, actually. We should do level 2. I don't even know if my damage is going to be good. Yep, looks good. I need to get my pets out, though. Hash is Omega dumb at PvP right now. Back on top, huh? It used to be broken back in the day, a little bit after it came out as well. Changed that because of economy reasons, I think. Not like selling them was ever smart. They changed it because you used to be able to buy them for very cheap as well. And every time they want to increase the price of crons, they raise the price of crons in the vendor. The economy reason is literally that they limit the number of costumes you can sell. And so what people were doing was converting them to crons and then selling the crons. And then it was unlimited. They started 1 mil or 2 mil. They were 1 mil. $1 million. Kafra. Imagine we get the map piece in the first hour. Or one of the map pieces. That'd be sick. Well, we need to make the rotation a little bit bigger. We are over clearing. Probably not worth adding that pack. Where are you at? Hello, sir. And a Tannis element. I haven't seen that in a while. I have both map pieces from the spot. Last time I played, I was grinding Dekia Pila for pieces there. Is Dekia Pila even good? Probably not, yeah. Another map grind? It beats, like, not making any money at potion spots, despite them being min-listed. It's just somewhere to grind. I'm not really sure where to grind with my gear to make money. But, Kartuga is a little bit more money, but not enough to be something that's relevant. Some money drop, or is it just a trash? There is no money drop. Just the trash. There's like a item drop that would be valuable for like a treasure item, which is just a map piece. And there's 2 unique ones from here. One of them drops from these big guys with the horn on their shoulder. At a rate of like 0.008 or something like that, or 0.004, I believe. And the other one drops from these little guys at a worse rate, but there's more of them, so that one I think is 0.002. That's all off the top of the dome. I could be a little bit wrong on those rates. Feels 1.5 bill an hour for me. Not great, but not super bad. Not too bad. Some of the new spots are like 5 bill, which is crazy to think about. I think you have the record on map treasure on your iron account, 17 hours full piece. It's definitely not the record, but it's very good. Yeah. Got super lucky on that. I also have, on the Ultimate Iron, one of the worst records for it. So, you know, it gives and it takes. Next pre-nerf was 3.9 bill an hour for me. Here's how much that spot dropped. How low the Rex rate, yeah. Yeah. But when Hex first came out, it was pretty high requirements. It's just that, like, gear is so inflated now. I like how walls still eat damage. That's very good. Got to 333 AP, 421 DP last time. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. That's more gear than I've ever had. Well, all treasure in 1 year challenge. Again, I'll do again. The merchant ring is the only real issue with that. The merchant ring can take a year just for the Olin's piece. It's so rough. But that would put me in the same position I was in before, which is that I literally do nothing else except play BDO, and I just don't want to do that. I'm just not interested in like pushing that hard or playing that much. I have other things I want to do as well, so you know, I like right now I'm splitting my time between BDO and old school RuneScape, and I also want to do other things, so I'm not looking to come back and put, you know, 60 plus hours a week in with a full-time job. Like, I'm good. Let's do a much chiller challenge instead. Something very chill, like all third age in a year. You mean a century, right? And even then. One of the fastest RMR, I think. I think someone's faster than me. Got my RMR for over 3 weeks. What the heck? That's pretty quick, man. I have, on my main account, the old main account, back before I started making content, I had like 400 something hours at Pirates without a piece, and it took me over 200 to get the one from Sakraya. And that's as far as I got. It'd still be fast. Yeah. Did you not loot the frickin' 2-car? Hello? Thank you. Got 4 pieces in week 1. You've got 2 more weeks for the last one, so extremely lucky. Yep. That's very, very lucky. Sorry, man. It currently has 1,001 elite clues, 3,008 mediums, 1,500 easy, 3,543 hard, 1,002 master clue caskets banked. Banked? Not opened? Banked? Watch him get none. Whole heap of nothing. That'd be crazy, actually. I think he's going for 30k clues banked. Good luck to him. I have a number of scrolls banked. I should just get that plugin that like predicts what you could have gotten. Which I mean, I suppose it doesn't actually predict, it just random rolls something. And that might like encourage me to do scrolls more. Because I do like some of the stuff that comes from the scrolls. But, you know, if I'm doing something, I just want to do the thing that I'm doing. I don't want to stop. Scroll Buddy, is that what it's called? I'll have to get that, I think. I think I closed my client, though. Oh, not the plugin? Do I need to do medium clues? I want the Cape of Skulls, because it looks cool. Outside of that, it's all whatever. Feels so weird to be grinding again. Blessed Dehide's very good to get on the iron. But we have a Mario. So I'm sure eventually he'll get a second one. It's like, all I have to do is wait. Got 2 Blessed Hide chests. See, there you go. There you go. Whoever has a Bell's Follies, probably gonna have to tank General Garter. Can't wait to see how that goes. Well, I don't have one, so... I could get one, though, I guess. But I haven't gone back to Slayer since I got my helmet. Just been trying to do, some quests and some moons and stuff. Did 3 KC this morning. It wasn't too bad. Blood Moon is so much easier with the kite shield on. You can TP with Dueling Ring, drop clues and go back. You don't want to drop what you're doing. Yeah, but then after I'm done doing what I'm doing, I have to do clue scrolls. So if I just leave the clue scrolls in the bank, then I don't get them. I don't have to think about it. I do need to do them, though. I started to set up some stashes here and there. You lock down in an hour? That's fair. I definitely should. So I'll now stop skipping the blue dragon tasks. I'm gonna slap him with Dragon Hunter Water from now on. Huge. Have you looked into the, like, frost dragons and rune dragons and stuff? For the dragon parts? Rune dragons aren't happening, but frost should be easy enough. Why did I not hit that guy on the hill? Hello? Give me that piece, please. What's the weight on these? 0.1. Dragon crossbow is barely an upgrade, so I don't find rune dragons worth doing. You gotta start working on your boat upgrades. Get your nails and your sheets. Don't need boat upgrades. Completionism. A full rune boat. My boat still doesn't have anything on it. I got the sloop and just haven't done anything to it at all. Did 30 minutes of agility training today. I saw that you were at Polovanich. I was pretty surprised. I'm stuck. Hello? I'm stuck. Okay. That guy is in the friggin' wall. Still got him. I'm in the wall. Okay. We got out just fine. It's all good. I might do Sepulcher if I do Agility again. Sepulcher seems fun. I also like the idea of the black, graceful. I think it looks nice. You don't want to bank my herb run gear. Does he even need to? I think, I didn't have any issues with my run energy when I was there. Never use Graceful anymore? I also don't, to be honest. I just have nothing in the slot, usually. Like when I do Hunter, I just have nothing except the hat. For 70 agility, it's almost pointless to have these days. Yeah, it doesn't feel like very useful. Like I don't notice a difference with it or without it. Fashionscape time at that point. That's why you got on now. That's because I knew I was going to be doing agility all day with the foot pedal, so I specifically grabbed it. S knowledge, devourer. W. Pretty spicy XP with that 1000%. Be like 23% an hour or something. Pistol shoes useful are Herbivore, Sepulcher, and Blast Furnace. Herbivore is a lot of running. Where's 30-40k herb XP banked per hour? Not bad. I have over 1,000 energy potions to use. I keep forgetting to put those in like group so that everyone can access them. Oiled sisal. Yep, of course. Doing okay on aggro still. That's kind of surprising. Just go for 78. What's at 78? Was that the things that cocks? The potions? Almost 800 Slayer tasks done on the hardcore? Dang. Got the title Devourer. Nice. I have the, I mostly have the rough cut of the first video for this done. There's just a little section I need to work on, and then I gotta do some like assets and animation stuff, and then that'll be up. Hopefully sometime this week that'll be up. And then I want to start doing, I want to start turning some of the Dark Souls stuff into videos. Got a lot of work to do with editing. And I want to stream more, so like, oof. Lava phlogiston condenser? What the heck is that? That's not a real word. Phlogiston? McDonald's ad time. Nice. McDonald's ad time over. Welcome back. Hopefully they sold you on going to McDonald's soon. If they show me the same ad another 16 times, that can be arranged. It was sneaking suspicion you would have received a hard scroll box? Don't tell Mario. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Close your eyes, Mario. Mm-hmm. Oh, starting to get overweight. Dragon Imp. Huge. Go catch it. Do I need to just do a frickin' hunter grind? Stump my weight real quick. 6k trash ready, so we're looking at what, 13k an hour, I think? Maybe 12 and a half? And they're worth 18k? That's not too bad. Not too bad. I wonder if I can start on the quest for the fairy. It's probably worth doing as soon as I can. I wonder what that quest is called. Fairy? Mysterious Companion. That's probably the one. From level 53. Special Quest Chapter 6, so we should be able to just go do it. I lose 10 levels from potions I never hit on the boss. Sounds like you need to get 90 attack. Thoughts? Just a quick 90 attack? I just got 80? I know. But if you get 90, then you won't need the 10 levels from the potion. Wonder what boat I should get as well. Probably like the Valor. I think that's like 45 bill, something like that. Let me look. Syria, Carrick. Yeah, 45 bill. That's a few hours. I can't hit this guy because he's in a wall. Very nice. Perfect game. No issues at all. Oh, I did actually get him up. A skiff. There used to be a pretty popular boat called a fishing boat that you had to make. And everyone and their mother had a fishing boat. Because it was the best boat in the game. And the boat options were raft or fishing boat. Should still have a couple of those. Is this a new challenge? I'm not doing a challenge. I'm just playing the game. Challenges are just too like time consuming. We're just gonna be doing, honestly, like a pretty freaking casual approach to the game, where we just do a bunch of things. Like some life skilling will pop up, some boat stuff. The whole spiel. And it'll be rather slow. Is this your main? This is a brand new account that we started. So I guess you could say it's the new main. I just, like, I had not played in such a long time. Like, after the Ultimate Iron Man finished, I just, like, uninstalled the game and hadn't touched it in months. So, having fun as a challenge? Yeah, basically. I think that's, like, the idea for the videos, is, like, finding the fun or searching for fun or something like that. So far, the game is nearly identical to when I left. Except for the like, enhancement window thing. That's really weird. A little bit clunky. Series name, looking for fun at 840 gear score, still looking. That really is the problem with the game, is like, they just need more things to do, like a bigger variety of things to do. Gotta get an Indiana Jones intro, or he's looking for a laughing emoji. Or the Steven Seagal one, where he's like walking in and he's like looking around. Classic. Think you need to copy RS, where every spot has items / pet to get, collection stuffs. The issue is that that doesn't change anything about the game. Because you're already grinding there anyway. You're already doing it for money. The issue is that that is the whole game. Like, RS has bossing and other skills that are actually, like, interesting. And there's so much to do. And then it also has the collection log stuff. You know what I mean? BDO is like... Imagine RuneScape, but there was nothing. There was no other skills besides combat. There was no collection log. There's no drop table, there's no bosses. Nothing. It was just combat with mobs in the world. To make money, to then get better gear, to then fight other mobs. Clearly they should add sailing like OSRS did. Yeah. It's a lot worse though. Because there's nothing to do with sailing. Like, there's a blue battlefield now, which is like PvP sailing, but unless you're rich as a player, you're just gonna get stomped. And then, the actual, like, content of sailing is nothing, essentially. You go frickin' grind crocs if you have a good enough boat, which you probably don't unless you're rich. Or you barter for like an hour and a half a day, because that's all it'll let you do. Which is just Autopath Simulator, basically, so. At least the boat combat is as good as OSRS boat combat. It can be really bad. It's a little bit more than just like click on thing and wait, but yeah, you just like turn your boat back and forth and like shoot. I guess like the real issue with BDO is that all the new stuff that they come up with is just also grinding. You know what I mean? Like the game has grinding in spades. And then they're like, hey, here's this idea of something different that we could do. And then somebody else is like, yeah, but how can we make it the grindiest freaking thing in the universe? Well, we can make it so that you need to do 1,000 hours of crocs. Huge. Here's this boat content. We're gonna add crocodiles and nothing else. By the way, it's 1,000 hours of crocodiles. Here's these cool bosses that you can do in the new region, Land of Morning Light. By the way, you're only going to get rewarded once per week. Here's these cool group bosses that you can do in Land of Morning Light that are actually pretty freaking challenging. By the way, you're only going to get rewarded once a week. They do it by changing the grinding shape, yep. Instead of circles, sometimes they'll do triangles or squares or a dot where you just stand there and wait for things. I'm not sure what the new regions look like as far as grind zones, though. Maybe they're back to circles. Maybe they re-innovated the innovation and went all the way back to circles. You can do group bosses, but don't get too much fun. We don't like when you're having fun. Like, the concern that they have is that people who are really good at it will be able to make a lot of money. And I don't understand why that's a problem. If somebody wants to devote their time to learning the mechanics of a boss that's actually pretty difficult and get 4 other people to also do that, like, why is that a problem? Why can't they make 5 bill an hour spamming a freaking boss over and over again when they can also make 5 bill an hour going in a circle? Like, Why does it matter? Thoughts for new player considering the game? I think that if you like grinding and you like action combat, then you absolutely cannot go wrong with this game. This game has some of the best combat in an MMO, probably the best combat in an MMO. And if you are a grinder, if you like what you see on screen right now, and then sometimes you actually have to like combo mobs. So like there are mobs that exist that are like a lot tankier. They're not just one shot like this. So you have to develop a combo with all of your skills. If you like that, and that's what you want to do in the game, this is the perfect game for you. So like I'm going to do a combo really quick. Like all these skills linked together as a combo. Right, and then I'll just do it again. I'm actually out of mana, which doesn't usually happen, by the way. And then you just loop those skills. That's your grind spot. So it's to add the elusive hexagon grind spot? I'm waiting for it, man. That'll be groundbreaking technology. Is the intro still voiced by Tay Zonde? I don't even know who that is. But, most of the game is not really voiced. Like, it kind of is, but it's not something that you listen to. Most of the time you're skipping cutscenes in the game. Because, like, realistically, the, like, cutscene story-based part of this game is very much the weak point. And if you're looking for like a story MMO like Final Fantasy XIV, this ain't it. The like questing and story in BDO is something that you do because you're forced to, and you just try to get through it as fast as possible. And you just kind of spam through it. It's just a means to an end. Say try out a season character, it's basically a very fast version of the actual game. If you like that, continue playing otherwise, or if it's for you, it slows down after that. Yeah, that's fair. Season is like a very good like springboard and introduction to the game. But this is it. Like, this is the game. What you're seeing right now. I'm grinding to get loot from mobs. And when I'm done here, I will just go somewhere else and do that there as well. So if that's your kind of thing, like it is for basically every BDO player, just loves freaking circles for some reason. We just love this. Then this is your game. They have versions of this for life scaling as well. So like if you want to gather, you're going to go do circles with a butcher knife or something. And there's like really kind of in-depth boat content. There's like a big ocean out there. And there's like hunting, which is, you know, mobs with a matchlock. Pretty interesting stuff. It has a little bit of variety to the circles, but it's mostly just grinding. It's true, it's just gotten so much more whaley. It's always been whaley, but like, it's so expensive to whale. You know what I mean? I feel like if enemies had specific mechanics you had to learn while grinding, it would be more interesting grind. I like to dodge, use protection skills a certain time. I think if like there were like open world repeatable bosses that were like that, think Land of Morning Light, but it's just grind spots, right? That are just like, because that's what Land of Morning Light was meant to be initially when they first talked about it. It was a grind spot that was just going to be this boss. So think Sangoon, but he's just a grind spot. And you go and you fight him, and he respawns after like 60 seconds. And then you just spam him over and over again, and that's the grind spot. And it was supposed to be as rewarding as like a normal grind spot. It was basically just bossing. But they decided to hyper limit it for some reason. That would have been cool. That would have been a much better direction for the game, in my opinion. is to start doing things like that. There's spots with the mechanics. Most of them are just tedious. Yeah. Yeah. Completely. I would say, like, there are a couple of exceptions, but for the most part, mechanics at grind spots do not improve the enjoyment of the grind spot. They just make it more annoying. Sometimes I wonder if we take out all the pay-to-win part, what's the difference between BDO and Final Fantasy XIV Guild Wars 2 that makes BDO less popular? Final Fantasy XIV is a story game that has content to do with your friends. Guild Wars 2 has a more appealing world. And there are, like, completionism things to do in it. And it has more content to do with your friends. But I don't think BDO being pay to win is what is holding it back. I think the fact that, like, this is the whole game is holding it back. You know? They just need to innovate, and they aren't. They just make more of the same thing. They think innovation is designing a new mob type. And the combat, like, is so good that it's really a shame that they haven't done more with it. What do you grind the root for? To do hard raid or something? Or just grind better? You just grind to grind more. You grind to get better gear to then grind. There's no raids or anything like that. There are dungeons, but you're only allowed to do them once per week. I don't know why. Don't ask. No idea. You should be able to spam them if you want, but you can't. No idea. Yeah, literally just to grind better. So they need to hire actual players. We'll create the best content for this game. Yeah, the issue is, like, they have an image for what the game is, and they're sticking to it. Like hex mechanics, for example. Don't like Dekia Sulfur mechanics. Another one is, like, the Dekia Naga mechanic is something that you don't even think about while you're there until you mess it up or it gets messed up. With a little, like, flower thing. So if your freaking Naga gets outside of the flower, they're so tanky for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. What we need is Guild Wars 2 content, BDO combat, Final Fantasy XIV story. Yeah, I mean, that's just a lot to ask for, man. I don't know if you notice a trend, but most of the big games like that are only really good at one thing. And they kind of just fall short on everything else. It's just how it works, man. Maybe I'll take, but I didn't like Final Fantasy XIV story all that much. I never even played it. The only thing I've heard about it is that the Realm Reborn is, like, the worst part of it, so you just have to kind of get through it, and then it gets good. But a Realm Reborn is like 100 hours or something. Just about to say, based on the description of the game so far, it sounds super one-dimensional. It is, yep. Yep, there are, like, the grind spots have slightly different mechanics. Like, some spots are just a tower, and you just stand by the tower spamming your combo. Some spots, you have to keep mobs next to certain things, or you have to activate a thing or whatever, but yeah, what you see is what you get, man. It's just a grind. Like, that's what it is. BDO is a grind. There is PvP though, and the PvP is really complex, but they are kind of like messing it up as the years progress. It just gets like harder to do because they keep removing certain aspects, and you know. Thought they added a solo boss ladder. There are solo bosses that you can do, but they have a weekly lockout, so you are allowed to complete 5 bosses per week for rewards. And after that, you do not get rewards and you cannot complete them. But there is like a leaderboard on them that resets weekly based on how fast you can kill it. And the higher up the leaderboard is, the slightly better rewards you get. Though realistically, the difference is so marginal that there's no point in chasing that. And like I said, that weekly lockout really just like kills the repeatability. So it's turned that boss ladder into something that you do because you feel like you have to, because it drops a specific thing that you can't get anywhere else, rather than a fun activity that you want to gear up for or go do. And it's all because of that weekly lockout and lack of rewards. BDO's a cash cow for PA. I don't know, man. They seem to be milking, what's that game? EVE Online? Seems like they're kind of milking that as well. Mega Long has mandatory dungeons and raids you have to do that no one plays anymore, so you just sit in a queue for an hour. Yeah, that's awful. Big shame, because Uncapped Nowhere is actually very fun. Realistically, though, don't you just fight the same, like, 300 or 400 people over and over again? And, like, Uncapped Node War is only fun if the fight is set up, right? Because, like, not enough people drop. So it's all politics these days. You just have to convince people to drop on the same node, otherwise there's no fight. And then it's just, like, alliances and stuff to try and keep the fight at least not a complete stomp. So Tor does old mandatory Dungeons and Raids much better in Final Fantasy 14. Allows you to do a story mode version of the content that gives you AI companions to help you complete it. I'm trying to get basically no loot, but you just want to go through the story as perfect world content, and no one does, because how good it works in these games. And how old is SWTOR? Like freaking 30 at this point? Crazy. The reverse innovation. And it's something so simple. It should be like, you should be able to just choose to skip it, to be honest. Or have something like that, where you get like free companions and it's easier. BDO also has that, where it has like the story mode of the dungeon that is just a solo version. And that makes just so much sense. That's why I get EVE ads now. PA owns it. Yeah, they bought it a while back, a couple years ago, I think. Had a 2-second ad, couldn't even process what it was about before it was gone. Think of how much the company paid to have that ad as well. Sad. We're close to finishing our hour here. 2011 a release, I think. Alright, this will be our last loop, and then we'll go dump our inventory. Probably do that fairy quest. Lavander, hello. Good morning. Long time no see. It has been a while. But we're back. Yep. Just hoping for a map piece from that guy. S knowledge though, I'll take it. It's something. And wall eating my damage still. It's almost 2026, PA. Why is the wall eat my damage still? Should add a part to the fairy quest. Call it Fairy Tale 2. And most people would never even complete it. Alrighty, there's our hour, boys. We did 11.5k trash. That's something. I don't know if that's good, but it's something. Now I gotta go at least get a fairy of some kind, so we'll do that quest line really quick. We're the offline Tangia dungeon people. The old Tangia dungeon. That's a throwback. Creating the plan sounds to me like a new Iron Man challenge. I'm not doing any more Iron Mans. Just kind of over it. I burnt myself out pretty hard. And I just want to play the game, you know? We're going to be playing pretty casually. Like, probably not even every day. Which I know sounds crazy as a BDO player. I know you're like, what the heck? He's not even going to play every day? There's an old school one. What happened to your main account? Nothing happened to it. I'm just not going to play it. It's been like 3 or 4 months since I played BDO, so just wanted a fresh start on something that doesn't have like restrictions or challenges or anything. And I'm just going to play the game. We're just going to play the game somewhat casually. I want to do some of the things I have never done in my 10 years of BDO, which is any amount of life skilling, basically. Except for catching horses. I'm done with that. Alright, let's go to the fairy place. Where are we going? Suggested mysterious companion. Fairy Queen Thea. That's the one. It's 9,000 meters away. Found the dungeon's quite annoying. Literally cluttered the chat for me. Yeah, I mean, you can like filter the join message. Join me should always be the first part in playing video games. I did enjoy the Iron Man and the Ultimate Iron Man more toward the like beginning. But eventually it just becomes Giga Grind Simulator, and it always devolves to exactly the same thing that you would have been doing on a main account anyway, just more of it. Beating the no storage Iron Man, it's kind of hard to top that. Doing HOTS over and over for months, years doesn't sound fun. Yeah, it was fun in the beginning, you know, like the quick progression and getting all the stuff and actually having to like do things that you wouldn't normally do and having things matter that normally wouldn't. But basically, like every time I start an Iron Man, the moment we get to Hystria, and it's like, okay, now you need, 10,000 memory fragments. And that's where it falls off for me. And it just becomes like an annoying grind. Congrats on 79 agility. Thanks. We are now 8 levels away from what the hardcore was, or 9 maybe. That's why we need BDO Classic. BDO Classic wouldn't change anything. BDO Classic would be exactly the same as BDO today. Just Circle Simulator. Grinding. There just wouldn't be as many options for gear, and therefore less of it will be irrelevant. But it would still be Circular Simulator. Even if we started with just Serendia and Balanos, you would just be grinding freaking like Fogans. And then they'd add Calpheon and you just go to Catfish. It just wouldn't, like, the game is what the game is, you know? Grinding is all BDO has ever been. So nothing really changes about it. Thought back in the day BDO was more fun. At least a lot of people are saying that. Is that false? I think that's just nostalgia and a little bit of like PvP. Mostly they're talking about the PvP, not the grinding. Getting gear in BDO has always been the same. But PvP used to be different. Open world PvP was super common. Because like guild decks and stuff actually, like, you could actually deck on another guild and not get penalized for karma. Node wars were actually worth doing. The amount of money you'd make in a node war was worth 40 hours of grinding per player that would like win. And Siege was like that too. Just ton of money. So PvP was way more worth doing, and therefore more people did it. So when they're talking about BDO used to be more fun, they're talking strictly about the PvP. The actual like PvE of BDO is exactly the same. Half of BDO players are AFK fishing at the moment. That's because it's good money. It's good money and it's not grinding, you know? When you've actually gotten somewhat deep into SRS, you truly notice how bad cure progression is in almost any MMORPG. Yeah, like, especially in BDO, it used to be a game where, like, most of the old stuff was still a bit relevant, and the new stuff was just slightly better. But with the armors and the Charizard accessories, they like completely flip the script, and it's like, unless you have Charazads, your stuff's worthless. Unless you have the new armors, your stuff's worthless. And you are forced to enhance those things on your own because you can't buy them. So that takes all the players that were able to just buy their gear before because they hated the enhancement system in the game are now forced to interact with the enhancement system in the game. And I think that was a very negative move for Pearl Abyss. Probably a little bit better financially, because the people that still want to play the game but hate the enhancement system might now buy costumes for crons, where they wouldn't before. But worse for the game, for sure. Look at WoW Classic, your progression is praised upon. I think it would be amazing for BDO. Of course, it's not possible. I think it's praised upon because, like, the gap between the bottom and the top is like not very big, you know? But World of Warcraft as a game has terrible gear progression. You know? All the work that you put in gets immediately erased every expansion. Terrible. Well, it's basically a season game? Yeah, basically. New expansion, new season. Start over. Concept of random gear upgrade dropping from mobs and such would feel nice. It seems like it would feel nice until you're there. You know what I mean? Like Aaron, for example, has done, what are you, like 8 times dry or 9 times dry or something at Cox now for an item? Like, it seems fun until you get incredibly freaking unlucky. You know what I mean? 7 times, yeah. And that's not even 7 times dry for a T-bow, that's just 7 times dry for anything. Even be a dupe, yeah. BDO also used to be like that. You used to have to actually go to bosses to try and get your boss gear. And there are people that spent months trying to get a specific piece of boss gear and not getting it. And then there are people that walk up and get it in one. And then you still have to enhance it, of course, but... You need to upgrade your cock spoon. If you get an item, it's about 1/3 chance of being a prayer scroll and a 50-50 of being one I already have. Would have been fine if it didn't go so dry. Yeah, imagine you like finally get an item and it's a dupe. That's gonna feel so bad. That would be awful. But if you get an item and it's a T-bow, that softens the blow a little bit. Duper dens are literally worthless to me. Pure Essence would be a better drop. Oh my gosh, he got another Bell's Folly. Juiced. I'm gonna run out of stamina. Now you can both tank bandos. Yeah, we'll both we'll just go in and we'll just both tank and then just wait. See what happens. Thing was level 10. We have terrible stats. We are fully C-statted on man. All right, let's get this fairy, shall we? Sweet honey, source of power, something or other. Yada yada. Examine the unstable rift. Hand in. Scattered petals. Mysterious companion. Prepare the summon. Can we just do it now? Tier 4 right off the bat? Of course not. Cheeky tier 1. I guess I'll just summon it anyway. +1 luck. It's something. But now we'll start collecting the fairies, hopefully, and get something soon, TM. And you can spoon a couple Dragon Warhammers. Said that on Huey and no drops, now Dragon Spoon will be broken? Yeah, maybe I should go for the Warhammers then. Alrighty. What should we do for money? Is it worth even, like, trying Kratuga without potions? I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. It could go really, really well, though. Guardian is pretty strong. Yeah, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll try it. I'm going to run to the restroom really quick, though. And then we'll give Kratuga a try. So give me just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay. Here's what we're actually going to do. After I find the place to... Okay, there we go. Here's what we're actually going to do. We're going to go in here and just give it a quick test. See how it feels. And then, because I'm actually quite tired, I've been up all night, and I work today. I will probably end stream so that I can get a nap in before work. Otherwise, work is going to be rough. So we'll head on in, give it the old college try, see how it feels. And then I'm going to take a nap. Sir, get out of the way. Get out of the... Why can't I attack? There we go. Frickin' guy. Let me in. I probably should have brought my horse with me, actually. Well, too late now. I probably could have done add-ons as well, but we're out here. Hey, what the heck? Why do I do so much damage? What the heck? I just one-skilled that whole pack. Did they change Kratuga? Just like nuke their HP by like 80%. Weird. It's actually like easier than expected as well. Kratuga's supposed to be on this list, yes? $756 effective limit, and I'm only 566. And I'm basically one-shotting. Okay. I guess this will be our grind spot for a while then, because it's pretty good money. I might go get some add-ons and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like I'm taking hardly any damage, so we should be okay without potions. Guardian beef. Friggin' broken class, man. For Swampogan and Elvia is insane money. Are the like necklaces good? I wouldn't be able to do Fogans in my gear, but I can only imagine it's because the necklaces are high. Weapons and storage for you? Awesome. Thank you, sir. Now I just gotta get some boppers and we'll both be set. Yoink. Imagine he puts membership on the account just to go yoink the folly. That'd be so funny. Next probably tank chest, yeah. Definitely need to get a tank chest. The cups and stuff? Aren't the cups like giga cheap though? They had tanked so hard in price last time I played because like everyone was getting them. I'm studying for tonight. Time for the Night Ring DLC grind. Night Ring has DLC? Jeez. Not worth the 16 mil of my main's hard-earned money. Yeah, it had to stand there and pick up a drop. Average you get 2.5 bill per hour when you get cups, maybe 1.5. That's pretty interesting. We're definitely a ways away from that. I'd need to be like probably like 341 at least, and also like, gosh, 269 I think would be low still. Maybe even 281 to do okay there. Came out last week, it's pretty decent. I haven't even played Night Rain. I'm not sure I'm interested, to be honest. Alrighty, I think I'm pretty happy with my test. So we'll just do some Kertuga. I'll work my way back to the entrance, and then we'll call it so I can try to get a nap in. Our season, I think it's possible with free Blackstar gear you get. I won't be graduating this character because I need a way to get loot scrolls, but I don't know that I'd have enough DP. It'd be tough. They do hit kind of hard. I have tried it with low gear before. That was on a ranger though, but still. I don't even have 309, so we are quite squishy. That rain is my cup of tea. It doesn't look like something I'd like either, to be honest. I don't really care for like the... I don't know, I guess like games without progression are just not something that overly interests me. Even if the gameplay loop is fun, I don't know. Run back to AFK Fish, check this out, Mario. You ready? Doo-doo-doo. Bam. We're already back on Fish Throat. Look at that. Has a ranked sort of mode right now, but still I love the game. As long as you're having fun with it, that's what matters. Alrighty. I know it's like a shorter stream today. Is that the name, Fish Throat? It is the name, yeah. Fish Throat. Shorter stream today, but hey, we got one in. You know what I'm saying? We got one. So, I'm just like, I'm quite tired today, and I work here in like 2.5, 3 hours, so I'm gonna try to get a nap in. I've been up pretty much all night working on some stuff. The first video for this should be hopefully sometime this week. I did get the rough cut in, just have a little bit extra to work on, and then we'll get that posted. And then I'm not exactly sure when the next stream is, hopefully tomorrow, But if things don't work out, I'm not going to try to force it. You know what I mean? We're going to be a little bit more fluid with stream times to try and actually like get them in and make them work, rather than sacrificing too much of my sleep or my free time or whatever. But hopefully tomorrow we'll see how things go today. But thank you guys for being here, and I will see you guys then.